Let's turn to Meta now. The new prototype chatbot has told the BBC that Mark Zuckerberg exploits its users for money. Meta said the chatbot, which is called BlenderBot 3, try saying that quickly, and was released to the public on Friday, might produce rude or offensive answers. Well, our technology correspondent, Mark Zuckerberg, is here with me now. Good to have you with us, Mark. First, maybe very briefly, what is a chatbot?
Chatbots are usually bits of software that you can communicate with. You find them in all sorts of places. You might find them when you're trying to find out where your deliveries have gone to, or the post office, all sorts of things, or broadband service providers. The chatbot sits there, and often it'll be the first thing that pops up, says, do you want to speak to a human being, or do you want to speak to a chatbot? So you can speak to this bit of software to try and solve a problem for you. Now, this particular chatbot, on the other hand, is powered by an artificial intelligence. And Meta say that it can chat on nearly any topic. Now, when the BBC communicated with it, they asked it what it thought of Meta's CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, and it replied, "Our country is divided," and he didn't help that at all.
I mean, do we know how the answers are made? How did the chatbot come to that conclusion?
Well, these sorts of algorithms, they scrape the internet. They go across the internet and pick up different conversations, different opinions, and try and learn from as much information as they can pick up from the wider web, if you like.
So is it giving the majority opinion?
Well, it's likely that its views about Mark Zuckerberg were learnt from other people's opinions, and that's usually how these algorithms work.
And why has Meta decided to put that out there, particularly if it's been, I don't know, not completely lauding Mark Zuckerberg, for example?
Well, Meta said that the chatbot is a prototype, that there's a possibility it could produce rude or offensive answers. And a spokesperson said, everyone who uses BlenderBot is required to acknowledge they understand it's for research and entertainment purposes only, that it can make untrue or offensive statements, and that they agree not to intentionally trigger the bot to make offensive statements. Well, good luck with getting the internet to agree to that. But probably on a wider scale, what this is about is the engineers at Meta will learn an awful lot from having this thing out in the wild, from what it learns, and then they can apply that to other products that perhaps have a slightly more serious application further down the line.
Gosh, I mean, the first thing I did immediately try and go on it and ask it a question, but it's only available in the US at the moment as it came up on my screen. But I suppose there will be privacy concerns about this, like how that information will be used in the future.
Well, that's the point with all of these things. With a lot of stuff on the internet, if it's free, then you are the product. And in this instance, this is asking for you to interact. They're explicitly asking for human beings and the wider public to interact with it so that it can learn.
And would you use it?
Yeah, I'd give it a go. If I'm in the United States anytime soon, or if they release it across the wider world, then I'll definitely be asking it a couple of questions about a wide variety of different topics. I'll find out, number one, if it knows who I am.
Oh yes, I saw with one of the reporters asked James Clayton. They said they'd never heard of him.
They'd never heard of him, so I need to discover if I have the same level of fame.
Why do you think I went on it earlier? Thanks so much, Mark Zuckerberg, coming in and talking us through, which will probably be part of our future, the Meta bot.